I've been taking pills lately. I've been taking a lot of kratom pills lately. 7-OH pills, right? Because they're supposed to help with chronic pain. And I have a lot of chronic pain in my body. And they work really well, but they're insanely expensive. And it's just made me realize how horrible healthcare is in today's world. And it's not really horrible compared to what it used to be. And that's what I've realized over time is, like, I don't even know if we had juicers back then. So compared to what it used to be, healthcare is actually amazing. And we should be very grateful that we've come this far as a species. But the problem is, we've come so far with healthcare, we just think we can rely on pills. We no longer care to take care of ourselves. And that's the problem, is that pills are amazing. I'm literally talking about pills in this video. But the problem is, we let the medical industry control the pills anyways. So we don't even have access to these pills at a cheaper price that we should. Like Percocet, stuff like that. You can't even get the right painkillers if you need it. So I'm being charged like $25 for 4 pills, which is insane. And it's draining my bank account so much because I have chronic pain and the doctors refuse to give me treatment, right? And so that's one of the problems with healthcare, is that the medical industry tries to control these medications maybe even more than they should. And then all it does is create a demand for drugs on the street. Because some people need these drugs to function normally. And if they're not able to get these drugs, they have to buy them from their street dealer. And that can be laced. And so the quality of care, they say we have a war on drugs, but really it's a war on the people. Because these medicines come from natural plants, and the problem is, if the user wants to use them irresponsibly, that's fine. But that doesn't mean responsible users like me who want to use them for health should be kept from doing so, you know? And so I don't know, I'm not going to get too deep into what my chronic pain is from. I've just damaged my body a lot over the years. But I just wanted to make this video to kind of spread awareness, because I just feel like the medical industry has too much control over health. And the thing is, it's draining our bank accounts, guys, because you can go to fast food and get a $2 burger, but you try to go to the grocery store and get produce to juice, and it's insanely expensive. So, because we could be growing food for free if we made like community gardens and stuff like that with our tax money. But instead, the government is subsidizing meat and dairy, which has been shown to be potentially harmful to human health. So we're basically purposefully being poisoned. And when your body ends up getting so damaged that you're in chronic pain and you can barely go to work and you want pain meds, they won't prescribe it to you 99% of the time anyways.
In a quarter mile, use the right lane to take the I-490 West ramp to Rochester.
You want the pain medicine, you can't even get it. Unless you're like super well off like me. I'm not super well off, but I'm better off than a lot of people my age. But yeah, what was I saying? The war on drugs is the most pointless thing ever, because that creates more drugs on the street. If people were able to easily and reliably get pain medicine cheaply, we wouldn't have this crisis. We wouldn't. We just wouldn't, because, you know, everyone's different, like I said. And not everyone's able to use certain things responsibly, and that's understandable. But the thing is, there is beneficial use for opium. That's why God put it on earth. Some people like me are in such bad pain, we need things like kratom and opium just to function. And it can also help mentally as well, increase certain, you know, beneficial. So it can just be good. And yeah, you can overdose on it, but you can overdose on water. You can overdose on fruit. You can overdose on vegetables. You can literally overdose on anything. So to use that as an excuse for why you were keeping it from people, in my opinion, literally just doesn't make any sense. And so I'm lucky that I'm able to get at least some medicine, because my mom's a hardworking woman and I was born into a much better situation than a lot of people. And I'm starting to realize I should not take that for granted. But, you know, not everyone is that fortunate to be able to afford $25 pills for 4 of them. And even I can't. And I'm better off than most. So they have to go to their street dealer, and then that's laced, and then they may overdose and die. And then they blame that on opium and make it even more illegal, even though if they were able to get clean pills, they probably wouldn't even get addicted to it. Taking something every day is the same thing as addiction, you know, because sometimes you do need certain medicines. It's only an addiction if it's taking away from your life, which a lot of times the reason why it takes away from people's lives is because they drain their whole bank account on these drugs because they're unaffordable. So if they were affordable, the person would still have money. They would be able to medicate their body if they were affordable at the correct potency, and the person would still have money left over for food if food was even affordable to begin with. That's what I'm saying, is society as a whole is set up for failure, and then when people do drugs and fail at life, they blame it on the drugs. When half of the time, they would have failed sober anyways. And maybe if they would have had access to the medication they needed at an affordable price, maybe they wouldn't have failed in life. But because organic food is so unaffordable, because the drugs are so unaffordable, I don't know what the solution is, man. But all I know is meat and dairy is being subsidized, but we can barely have access to organic food. I keep repeating that point, unless you're wealthy. How is that okay? Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Rant over. You know, and I'm going to probably keep doing these rants because the way that I see it is, as a society, guys, we're never going to change unless we all try to change. Because the thing is, collectively, we're a herd social species. So if I walk outside and everyone around me is depressed, that vibration is going to wear off on me. So that's why I make these rants, guys, is because we all have to do our part, you know? And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I jacked off today, and I'm trying to stop doing that as much because I'm trying to learn how to preserve my sexual energy. So I made a mistake today, guys, but how easy would it be to not jack off if there was a bunch of hot women walking around that were healthy and wanted to have sex? So that's what I'm saying, is because all the women are unhealthy these days and they don't even want to party and have sex. No one even has money to party and have sex. Now everyone's stuck on porn, and it's even harder to not do that because everyone's inside doing it. So when you want to go out and have sex, it's harder to find an actual girl to have sex with. Not to say it's still not worth it to practice NoFap, because I do think that it's probably the only way out of this mess is that we break away from the technology addiction, right? So, you know, that's my problem, is I think I can get away with watching a little bit, but then your animal brain kicks in, and it's just not good to be on the phone all day. Regardless of what you're doing, whether you're watching porn, even if you're just watching fucking literally anything all day, it's just not that good. You know, you got to spend time actually getting stuff done in life. You got to spend time outside, right? So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say, guys. That's the rant for today. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for tuning in. And until next one, I'm out. Love and peace.